done my anti-terrorism squad services for 4 years. I was in anti-narcotics cell for 2 years, and now I am as a ACPI working in Mumbai. This is our start of our 76th Independence Day, and in the last 2 days we had celebrated the 75th independence by organizing rallies like marathons, two-wheeler rallies, four-wheeler rallies, Ghar Ghar Tiranga, and we had all over the country. It was continued in various courses and even in the public area. A brief history of our independence is that India was ruled by the British. East India Company came as to do the business, trading purpose. They came to India, and slowly they realized that in India they learned that there are many bad traditions, many under the name of religion, some false rituals are being carried away, and they are good people also. They are poor people, and they can be. They were having. We were having a problem of religion, caste, creed, everything was going on in India. Then it became easier for them to divide and rule. That is what they did. And they ruled India for under the lines of Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, Isai, and various other caste systems. And they ruled India for 350 years. It was a handful of people who came to do the business. They studied our nature, they studied our weaknesses, and slowly they ruled this country for a long period of 350 years. It was not business. In the name of business, they had almost governed this country. They have almost discriminated this country. They have looted this country via taxes and raw materials for so many years. But fortunately, some social reformers like Raja Rammohn Roy, Mahatma Phule, and many more, you may call other Gopal Deshmukh, then Lokhitwadi, all you might have read in the histories. They started educating our Indian people, giving them the eternal strength by education. Then they started many these take and falls, whatever rituals was there, they had stopped them, like Sati, you might be knowing. And slowly they got the strength and they came to know, they realized that we are under the non-independence and we should fight for the independence. At the meantime, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, all these things, Lala Lajpat Rai, Rajendra Prasad, and many more known and unknown leaders were fighting for the freedom struggle. They had their own non-violent ways like Chale Jao, Dandi Yatra, and many satyagrahas were done at that time. Civil disobedience movement and to flush out these uh, British people, those who have put us in the non-independent area. And later on, there were some aggressive people like Subhash Chandra Bose, Bhagat Singh, Rajguru, and many more in thousands. They were trying to overthrow the government directly by fighting with the British people by bullets or arms. They picked up arms and they started fighting. They wanted very urgently, they wanted the independence urgently. But all these movements synchronized into one. We got education, everybody realized that it is we are staying in a non-independent India, we are not ruling our own self. All our weaknesses were removed by these social uh, reformers, and ultimately crores of Indians came into the freedom struggle under the leadership of Mahatma Gandhi, that is Bapu, who is father of the nation, and we got the handful of Britishers then couldn't rule the country because all the awakening was done by the social reformers and all crores of people have come, Indians have come into the struggle, freedom struggle, and we got the independence in very, I can't say it easily, but in a non-violent manner on 15th August 1947, and hence we got free. To build this nation, so many balidans have happened. You see on TV also, military is dying, people, army, navy, air force, border security force and everything. They are guarding our country, our border for 24 hours. And if any fight or quarrel or incidents happen, they die. They are martyrs. We celebrate this Independence Day not to forget these martyrs who have kept us independent. Otherwise, again, if you work and if you do business or if you do a job, if you do anything, and if we are non-independent, then all your money will be taken away by the country who is ruling us or the force which will be ruling us. So we should always maintain. Now it is the responsibility, as it is the responsibility of the Army, Navy and Air Force to ensure that this country should stay independent, our India. The same responsibility will lie on the building blocks of the you people. You are the building blocks of the country. When you grow in schools. Schools are giving you a lot of education. That you should get rid of the bad habits. What are bad habits? Very simple. You are not washing your hand before eating food is a bad habit, one of the bad habits. Other reason is you are not, you are going in school, you are in 8th, 9th, 10th, you are going in college. There are so many, this is there, people, friends will come and say, chalo, come, we will have drinks. In that short time, you should not drink alcohol. It is abuse. Some bad friend is there, he will call you to take narcotics. You take smack and whatsoever. But if you do that, you will weaken your body, your nervous system will be abused. The building block of this nation will be abused, and ultimately we cannot get a good, strengthy country. We cannot become superpower. If you people, or not only students, every person, every Indian, if he is going through this stage, then he is damaging his own body, then he is damaging his family, then he is damaging his school, then he is damaging any institution he is in, and ultimately he is damaging the country's building blocks. As cells in human body are our building blocks, the same way students or any person who stays in India, who does work or business in India, he is also the building block of the country. Then what should you do to build up the country? You should have good habits like coming on time. In schools and colleges, it's very strict. In NCCs or in our police department, if you have a time of 9 o'clock, everybody has to come in that period. Students, and even when we were cadets, we were scared about it that no ke baad jayega to labda ho jayega sir, punishment milega. So we used to come early. So how 500 cadets can come before 9? If they are called before 6 a.m., they are called, they will come. Why? There is a fear or there is a discipline that will follow. And this will make you a good citizen. What is the other thing is, you should study positively. Study positively means you can become a doctor, you can become an engineer individually, you can become Air Force officer, you can become police officer, you can become other central agency officer, you can do business, you can do startups, and this you can build your own personality, you can build your own finance. By building that, you are building the finance, your personality of your home, of your family. By doing that, you are again building the nation. But if you are not getting educated on the highest level, you can explore the digital things. Now what is going on in the whole world? It is a globalized world. If you do small things and keep quiet, Even when your potential of a brain is more, it will not be a satisfactory result for India. It will not be a satisfactory result for your own self also. So you should excel in sports. How we are getting medals? Previously when we got independence, then also we did not get medals in any bloody competitions. Slowly and silently, talent has been selected and they are put into the uh, Commonwealth Games, or everywhere we see that in cricket, India used to lose. Previously when I was in school, I used to get angry, but it was of no use. But your name of the country, when your name will go up in the world, the country's name will definitely go into the world. And you will be competing the 182 or 216, whatever countries are there. There should be the our competition. Our competition should not stay between an area or between a school or between our neighbors. Any competition, whether it is we want to earn money, that competition is there. We want to learn something in that competition. If you want to play something, that competition is there. Sports is there. You have to get to the excel. You have to the highest potential. What can I will tell you the last in last these 2 minutes what I was and how I became. I used to, you know, Taglichal, Arun Gavli, you know. Some people might be knowing, some may not be knowing. But there is a picture named Daddy. He was a criminal. He stayed in Baikala, Taglichal. And then he was a very big criminal, gangster, mobster. And I used to stay in an area somewhat like criminalized area in BKB, in Thane. Okay, where many people were murderers. They ran their gangs, they did criminal activities, and I was in school. I used to see, but I did not get affected by it. My aim was to study and to become an officer. In school, they used to, I was like, गुटका रहते ना, बॉर्डर रहते ना, वैसे मेरा हाइट कम था, तो मुझे लोग चिढ़ाते थे, अरे ये ऐसे वैसे स्कूल में. I used to get very painful. But then I started my pull-ups. I got my height increased to the level of getting into the police force. Then I studied. I have done my BScs from Junjanwala College. I have done my MSc in Physical Chemistry from Sumai College. Then I have gone through all the MPSC exams. Then I got the post of Range Forest Officer. Later on, I got into the Assistant Section Officer in Mantralaya. I joined the job here for time being because our area was a criminal and some case would be put up on me for no reason. So I got scared and I went there. I joined the job in Maharashtra State Government for 1 year. But my target was to get into the fields. I got the MPSC, prelims, mains, physical and interviews cleared. I came into the job as a police sub-inspector, very small post as compared to other posts, but my aim was successful. I stayed in a criminal area and I became a police sub-inspector there. Later on we changed our residence. That is another story. But after that, I went into Raigad district for 13 years. Later on I came into Mumbai and there I got detection crime branch, where I was with Rakesh Maria, our the then commissioner and joint commissioner of crime, who handled the 2611 attacks, who was the IO of everything. So I will tell you, when I came to detection branch, one fine day Rakesh Maria sir called me and told me that you are going to investigate the murder case of Jamchandekar. I did not know anything about Mumbai, but he was in Nagar Sevak. Nagar Sevak Jamchandekar was murdered and the offence was not detected. The accused were at large, but when I became the IO, investigating officer, I slowly have gone through the investigation and our teammate, Mr. Dinesh Kadam, he detected the offence and he gave me the accused. Slowly we applied MOCA, which is these big mobsters and gangsters. They, if you catch them in some case, they will get bails from the court and they will destroy the evidence and they are against superiors. So to control these kind of criminals, we had the state government has promulgated a law called MOCA, Maharashtra Organized Crime Act. So we applied MOCA to it. We arrested Arun Gavli. He was arrested in that Jamsandekar murder case which was undetected. I am the IO of that case. Then our Rakesh Maria sir has applied very big because every time Sarkari advocates are such that we are going to lose the case. But when professional things are to be handled, when crime of Mumbai has to be handled, Joint Commissioner of Police Rakesh Maria sir has kept a very big lawyer through the states to represent our case. And ultimately he got life sentence for Arun Dowli in that case. And when Moka, he tried a lot to, tens of his advocates were there against me and my team, but they lost the case. First, they lost in a murder case, they got 14 years of sentence, rigorous imprisonment. Later on, the Moka case also came. Moka was argued and ultimately he lost there also. Now he is in jail. I have arrested him in 2008. 14 years have already gone. If it would have been a simple murder case, he was in jail for 14 years, he would have been scot-free now. But ultimately because of that Moka thing, 28 years he has to serve in jail. It is double life. Because of this organized crime, because they don't do the crime personally. They tell somebody, then their captains and capos and all are there and you cannot make evidence against them because of this organized thing. I have slapped him. He has done some nonsense while I was interrogating him. I have never thought in my life, where I stayed in a criminal area like BKB, that I would be so strong in the future years that I would slap a criminal like Arun Dowli. I would get a chance to investigate his case. I would detect a murder against him. I would put him to double life. I've never thought about this. Nobody those who are related to me would have ever thought that one day would come that I would slap Arun Dowli for reasons best known to all. So that is the case. Then again, when I was in detection crime branch, this Kasab thing happened, and our joint CP crime, Rakesh Maria sir was there. We got Kasab alive. All the 9 terrorists were dead by the operations, different operations done by the police department, energy and so on. Then I have interrogated Kasab for almost 3 months, 90 days. I know his history from my childhood to the day he came to Bombay and he attacked our country. It was a very bad attack on our country. It was an international news. It has been done to bring down our moral, but our moral has not come down because our building blocks and our schools, our institutions like police department, military, energy were so strong that this attack was flushed away like a bloody machar. Like a mosquito, we have pushed them off. And nothing, our Mumbai life started the very next day and nothing of that injury had happened on India. But we have lost again battles. जो बलिदान करते हैं उनकी याद दिलाने के लिए ये भले वो कसाब का अटैक हो, 26/11 का अटैक हो, whether he died, any army person, air force person died on the border, they died only because we should stay independent. Our country should be independent. We should be safe. We can live free here. We can do business, job, and everything we can earn. We can do all the good things. That's why we died. And for their remembrance, we have all these celebrations of Independence Day. I think nobody should forget this. And everybody should respect them. When you are having a respect for that matter, those who got independence, we should not forget them. Why we remember Mahatma Gandhi, why we remember Sardar Patel, and why? Through various ways, we respect them because of them we got independence, and because of so many soldiers, known, unknown officers, they have died on the border and in many operations. There are so many attacks, and still as a strong nation, we have come up. And in this globalized world, our students and our sportsmen and our men and our Indians are doing great job, but this should continue without being abused by any narcotics or any other which will damage our country. and we shall come at par with other countries, and we will be more than them. I am having a guarantee that within this future next years, we will really become one of the superpowers in the world, provided that we should not lose the aim, target, what we have set, and these building blocks will be the future of the country, and they will decide the fate of our country. इतना बोल के मैं I'll stop here. Thank you so much. I appreciate the PR team as well as Principal Madam, those who have brought a chance for me to come here and share my experience. If I would have got more time, I would have told you cases in Marathi, Hindi and English, and then it would have been more interesting. But as this is a school, Orchid International School, I am happy to come here and to share my few experiences. Thank you. Happy Independence Day to everybody. Thank you so much.